Exactly. Quiet on the set.
Hello, everyone. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor. Will you add your name to David?
Let's see. Trial. Let's see. Am I live? Okay. I have no idea if this is working. Let's see. Do you guys see me? Do you guys see? Uh-oh. I have no idea what's happening right now. You guys need to give me a second because okay, this is a little interesting. Okay, I'm live, so don't say anything too crazy. I get that part. Okay, we see you, we see you, we hear you. I am not too loud. I hope that. Okay, sound and uh-oh. Maybe I need to go back down. Let's see. Hold on. I need to play. Okay, can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? I did this without mic. Okay. Okay, all is well. You guys said all is well, so I'm glad to hear it. Shannon was just on. Oh, she like my favorite. I love her. I love her. She's awesome. Made me smile. And so I just decided to go on because she just went off, and I thought, hey, why don't we talk a little Forrest Fenn post find? If you guys saw my Facebook, and I put up on Thor, do you guys want to keep talking? No, I have no details. I have nothing from Forrest. All I have is a little bit of chatting to do. I have my opinions and I have my thoughts, and I thought all of you would want to discuss some things. So I decided, oh, I can see the delay. Okay, so yeah, so I did do up on my channel because I had to get it up there without him knowing. I did do a video. I worked with his boys, actually all the kids, but especially his oldest boy, Chris. And we did a little tribute to fathers out there, those real men that spend time and are so patient. And so, anyway, I want to say happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Put out Kpro. That is how I will see it, rather than Hint of Riches, because uh, Bill, I was wondering. Okay, so I went. William is trying to say that I found the treasure chest. I did not find. I did go boots on the ground today for Theodosia, and Bill, I wondered if you guys had found it. I didn't think it was the right spot, um, but I didn't know after I left because rumor has it might have been found today. So of course, since I had posted on Facebook and everywhere else that I was going boots on the ground, I didn't say who I was going with, but it was Bill and it was Carter, house husband. So thank you, JK. It takes a ton of time, and it but he totally deserves it. So, yeah, definitely not. I don't think we were in the right area. Definitely, for sure, we weren't. But I'm actually going to go over that on Thursday show. So Monday show is going to be Vegas Die. We're going to go over the first one, and then Thursday I'm going to go over us going out. I guess I put it out there. I should have probably asked you first. But us going out, and then I'm going to put out everything. I mean, Bill, you had said you hadn't heard a lot of what I had put out, and I'm just going to put it all out there, the additional information, because it levels the playing field or whatever. Going back to the snail mail state, Mary Green, that is going to be Mike's to share. So you're going to have to ask Mike. I did ask him for a picture of the postmark I did. Okay, so those of you that don't know, Mary asked over in Shannon's chat. Let's talk about Forrest Fenn because that's what I like to talk about. And I'm slowly getting into um, other things. So oh, the reason that it is a rumor, Jack, is because of William. William actually put, "Oh, but Kpro was out there and Kpro found it." And I said, "Oh, I didn't find it." And he's like, "Oh, don't lie. Some people don't realize that William's humor, just like the judge didn't exhibit A, William, when you put that picture of of the oh, let's not even go back there. I was very upset when I went into court. And do you guys remember William's pictures of the sonogram? Yeah, that ended up in court. Thanks, William. You're special. You're just I love having you as a friend. You get me into trouble. So anyway, yes, William likes to stir the pot. He's stirring the pot. Okay. Like Mary said, let's going back to the snail mail. Um, she wanted to know, this was the letter that came from the I did you know what though, William, I cried because of the bill, but I did laugh also. I laugh more at you than or with you or at your shenanigans than anyone, so I appreciate you so much. But I do have to say that was a costly like really, I'm in court right now over William saying I was having twins. Ah, goodness gracious. Okay, anyway, um, I was so serious when I messaged William. I'm like, I can't believe it. It was your picture that I had issues. And he was like, he just laughed. And then it did make me laugh. Okay. Shy guy from the East letter. Yes, let's focus. This is about Forrest Fenn. This is not about laughing. Um, cheaper than twins. That's true. Oh, but I'd be having it with Mike. Wouldn't that be cool? But no, we have his and hers, and we're already. How credible is that letter? In my opinion, it's zero. I didn't even think that the letter should be read. There are some people getting quite aggressive with, and I told one I was going to block him today if he didn't stop. That they want to get their message out that they are the finder. We're up to 20 at this point. 20 people have said they have the treasure chest. So that tells you um, the situation that we're in. And some are very much, and I'm not saying this letter is that way. I'm just saying that this was creative. And so Mike wanted to read the letter. So Mary asked over in the other chat over on Odious Soul, please subscribe to her because she's super fun and super nice and super great. Um, what was the postmark date? Because thinking if this happened before the announcement, it'd make it even more interesting. Yeah, Jack, he read it like it was a joke because WWWH's tears. House husband sure did have fun with that when we met up today. And I had a search fun today. We were focusing on the Theodosia cache, but we kept calling it the hunt that shall not be named, like on Harry Potter. And so it was June 15th. So June 15th was the date that this was postmarked. So it definitely was post find or post announcement, I should say. So we really can't get any information from that. It does have a state. I'm leaving that up to Mike, whether he wants to share. I would consider it back east, in my opinion, but that is just my opinion. That's all I got. So what do we want to talk about? Let's talk about I agree. No credibility was revealed. Just another rooster, like the Chicago lady. Oh, well, here's a couple of updates. The one lawsuit that was the guy that had put it aside and then or settled and then he tried to come back. That is now been thrown out. So we have one lawsuit already out. Lisa Smith asked, are you guys going to Cynthia's West Yellowstone meetup? Yes, because I am the organizer of the contest, and that's something else I want to talk about tonight. We are going to do contests and giveaways, and of course, Cynthia called me and said, "Will you help organize?" And I'll just put you in charge of. We will have a Chaseopoly there. We will have one of the coins that looks silver-ish. It's not silver because why would anybody think that? But we have people that have issues when we say silver. So it's the silver-ish looking coin. I think we call it the 2019 coin. We'll at least have that there. I will start spooling up and getting ideas. We have a couple of months if people want to donate things and all of that. And so the first lawsuit has been so going over. So yes, I'm going to be there. And after Cynthia asked me, she goes, "What about Mike?" And I said, "Oh, Mike's going to be there." And then and I said, "But let's talk with him." And then she dropped the video within like 30 minutes, and I hadn't talked to Mike. So I'm like, "Mike, in case you see this video, you're busy Labor Day weekend." So we'll probably have all the kiddos with us. It would be a fun little vacation. We'll see. We'll see how all that goes. Um, Missouri Dave, I'm not going to say. I can keep Mike's secrets. That's going to be up to Mike. It was addressed to Mike. I don't know if that person wants any of that shared or not. So, um, okay. So here's something. I remember you guys knowing that I don't know if you can see that. I don't have my um, video on. So do you guys remember this? This was the good old days back when the treasure was still out there. But this shows that Jack, he's a real man because and a real treasure hunter. And he went out, he didn't get it, but he almost got it. And so he did. He came through. Oh, off trail. Yeah, start sending stuff to Mike. I'll get that address and everything together. I wasn't really ready to talk about that tonight, but yeah, I'm going to be in charge of contests and giveaways. Which this is going to be kind of the last hurrah, so this will be fun to start to think about. We'll think about that another night. We have too much to talk about. We really haven't talked about kind of post find, or I haven't. We did it like the night that it all came out. It didn't have time to digest. Um, it was almost heaven. It really was. Yeah. And somebody else now has your treasure chest, Jack. I'm sorry. Uh, so, um, so do we want to talk about contents of the treasure chest, the pictures? Do we want to talk about what's coming next? What do we think is going to be coming next from Forrest Fenn? What do we want to talk about the lawsuits? I really don't want to because that's a Debbie Downer, but I will. Don't lose it. It's going to be, yeah, I think it will, will be a collector's item. I have it for good. It's going to go in the safe. Too funny. Yeah, thumbs up because, oh, and I got to tell you guys, if you do go and watch that tribute Father's Day video to Mike, people started thumbs downing it. It's just like the haters. And the kids were really upset. And they're like, "Don't thumbs down my dad." And like, "Don't thumbs down Mike. That's not okay." And I just laughed. I said, "No. It's me. It's not even Mike. It's me. It's because it's on my channel." And they were so upset making sure that Mike's feelings weren't hurt. I'm like, "No, he's fine." So yeah, you just thumb down a kid's video. You're sad. You're sad. But there's a lot of sad people out there. Not like I think some people are really having a hard time digesting this. And I think everybody in a different way. Um, did you guys see it was about a 2-hour video that Amy put out? Um, and it went like a little over 2 hours and it showed how much stuff. If you've met Amy, we voted her most outgoing because she is so outgoing, so fun. And she goes to these searcher meetups and she's so social and she seems just kind of, "Oh, I'm having fun with this." She had like piles and piles of research and all of that. And she's talking about what her process was. Um, any thoughts on SMS video and the reflected face? Okay, so I know a lot of people have said this. Off Trail is asking the SMS video and the reflected face. I don't see it, and I know some people are blowing it up and all of that. I I personally do not see that the same way. I think we're chasing shadows, if you will. Um, that's just my opinion, but thoughts on where the chest will pop up at auction, yard sale, or raffle? I don't think any at this point, and that is a total guess. Um, I think he is going to sit tight for a little bit. Um, and well, I have lots of thoughts about all of that. Agree or disagree that those latest pictures of the treasure were true? Zozo, there are two things now I believe in. Many people gave me a hard time about a week ago before the pictures. I knew the treasure chase, the chase, if you will, is over. Now the chase is over and the chest has been retrieved, in my opinion. Those are the two things that I know for sure. Do I know for sure that it's back east and all this other stuff? Not yet. There's not enough out there. Oh, there's Amy. Amy Seeks. If you guys see Amy Seeks comment, go to her channel, click on her name, go to her channel and subscribe. You guys can watch an awesome video. And then she does a tribute of all the different events she's been out and stuff. I think she hits it like perfectly. Like we're all going through a process and she hits it perfectly. I will say I did not go through all 2+ hours, Amy. I did fast forward little bits and pieces, but I definitely watched the end, which was well, I watched the beginning, a lot in the middle, and then at the end. It was a great video. So, but there she is. You probably have met her. If you've been to an event, you probably know if you've met her. Amy's awesome. So Zozo, that is my opinion on that. I see what looks like a hand holding something and an eye and a face in the chest. I'll send it to Mike. Okay, send that to Mike. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm not reading Saul's. I'm reading everything else at this point. And there's a ton to talk about. Lucky's here. Lucky, I like wait for your posts on Facebook now because you say something insightful and it's like deep. So I'm really getting into your posts. Yeah. So where do we think we're at right now? We're on day what? Like 14, I guess. Oh. I messaged Mike. I want you guys to know and say, can you help me go live? And he just messaged me back and said, yeah, give me 10 minutes. I'm going to say already on. Do you guys see? I came through for you and you and you. I figured it out all by myself. Amy Seeks, that's the name of her channel. Amy Seeks. You can click on her name, Off Trail Jaeger. Yeah, like so click on it and that's how you can get to her channel. So Amy Seeks channel is called Amy Seeks. Some of you guys don't know that. You can actually click on name. So click on her name, or if you're on an iPad, touch her name. Let's see. Anyone doing interviews now that the chase is over is just as bad as the stolen valor. What do you mean interviews? So I have to tell you, and I want your guys' input. I have been contacted by probably 10 to 15 different news outlets. I mean, I have what? I have the forum. I have the interview. I think that was a last major interview, or not major because it wasn't a documentary yet, but the last big interview, etc. Um, so and I was a searcher. I have my significant other that has I met during the time. Um, I have been boots on the ground. I've been in it 5 years. We did Operation Jamie, etc. A ton of reporters would like to talk to me. I've been going through my own process and I didn't want to have an interview where I look back because I've gone through my own and I'm not going to say anything negative that I would regret later. Like I was really anxious. Like some people were asking me, do you think it wasn't really retrieved? I wasn't sure because I didn't have enough information. And so if I would have been interviewed at that time and then those quotes went out, I think I would have regretted it later. So I now have a couple reporters that like they won't they really would like an interview. So they followed up a bunch of times. I don't know. Part of me is just like, I'm still waiting. I have my own documentary, so I'm going to be able to put my thoughts and opinions with the storyline and things in. So I'm still kind of, I don't know, not even 50-50. I haven't given any interviews up to this point. So I don't know. There you go. I don't know. Would you guys? Are you guys getting contact? If you guys got contacted, would you give an interview at this point? Just like, what has the search been for you? What do you think? Do you think that it was found? What do you think now? How do you, I kind of give my opinion here, but they want like some clips and sound clips and things. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm, hmm, I don't know. Um, okay. My Solva and I, until death do us part, we said vows, and now I'm supposed to just forget them. Jack, no, I'm going to use a terrible analogy, but the search is over. The search is dead, if you will. So, I mean, You can move on to another hunt, another love, because this one's over. I mean, I believe. Um, yeah, don't do it. That's where I'm at, Godelkin. Hey, Josh. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I haven't felt comfortable in doing it yet. So, but I'm kind of feeling like I've gone through the process enough. I'm kind of back to positive. I was negative there a day or two, and that was, um, I don't know. That was hard for me. So, anyway, um, yeah, no, no, okay, yeah, it's true. It is true. Okay, I had somebody just say, do not think that is Holly, you're killing me. Okay. Kpro, I'm excited about camping in July. Just getting out is going to be appreciated even without a treasure. Yes. That's why I'm actually excited about September. My kids did not get to go with me, boots on the ground. They were too young, I think, for Yellowstone. Mike's going to decide about his kids. I think they're a little bit too young, but that's my opinion. But if they do, as long as there were many enhancements, yeah. Um, yeah, okay, so let's talk about the pictures first. So, okay, here's the things that I liked about the pictures, and here's the things that I'm challenged and still questioning about the pictures. I love that one was actually at the location. I have a ton of questions, like most of you. We saw the bracelet, but we saw lots of gold. We didn't see much of anything else. And when Forrest says, I give you title to the gold, does that mean the other items weren't there? Here's a theory that some had, that they weren't there. And you actually had to go to Forrest to get them because there was a lot of items missing. What was the one special item that nobody knew about? Was it the stick? Why the stick? Hey, Forrest, I love you. Why the stick? Why the stick? Why the scissors? Why the scissors? Um, those are questions I have. Um, from the ground, I will say from the ground, I do want to bring in like a botanist or geologist or whoever and say, can we narrow down the search location based on that picture? I think we probably could. Um, I'm going to be putting out a couple of questions to a couple of people and see if they'll answer, and it'll just be their opinion. But can we narrow down at least the search state? Those are the questions I have, and you guys are going to hear a chirp. My this is like Cynthia's house. My smoke detector is low battery and I can't get it open. I have the battery, I just can't get it open. Um, he removes so much stuff, large gems, etc. He never said what will happen to it. Holly, I assumed by the picture, because he said not long after the treasure chest was found, that when that lid was open, that is how it looked because it had that stick at the top. So I'm a little confused if that's the case, but I could totally be assuming wrong. So there, I don't know. Where was the large diamond ad? It wasn't in either photo, but it's in the copyright photo. Yes. So my question is that what helps protect the finder? And is that why? Okay, so I'll give you guys a little bit. I think I've said this a couple of places, but I don't know if I've said it publicly. So right around the time last year when Dale was getting Forrest was getting so many messages, um, he says, um, he asked Dale, like, stop emailing me. And there was a few of us that I think wanted to talk to, but I think that he was getting so many that he couldn't keep up. And my question is, why don't you just get a new email? And you now can see the answer on Cynthia's like goodbye message. It talked about how this guy emailed him back in 2018 and he was watching his email. That was when the gut feeling came out and he was watching his email. I think that was the way that he had to confirm the find. So he couldn't walk away from his email. I don't think he thought this through as well as he maybe thought he would be able to. So I think he was like bound. He was almost like chained to the desk, if you will, on reviewing those emails all the time. So anyway, that's my 2 cents there. And now, do you remember last year when I said I knew that that key was iron? How did I know that? Forrest said it. But I wasn't going to put out that Forrest said that because was it a hint? It wasn't really a hint. But he said he really felt bad because he knew that that key was going to be rusted. And I've already put that out there before, so I won't keep repeating it, but I just thought, oh my goodness. Guys, listen, I wanted to talk about it last year. Nobody wanted to. Um, Picture number one, inside box, nothing to validate. It was found at the hidey spot. Okay. There is nothing that definitively proves that. That's true. Number two, Forrest Fenn looking at the items, no validation of when that was taken. Could be before the chest, and the chest was not dirty. Okay, so my opinion is it was relatively recent. I have a picture of Forrest from about 2 weeks before the treasure chest was, or the announcement was made, and his hair looked very similar. It was kind of, I think he hasn't made it to the barber because of coronavirus. That's my opinion. It looked very similar. And I will tell you, in the last 10 years, he has aged like any man would. I believe those are recent pictures. Now, are they 2 weeks beforehand, 6 months ago, or now? I don't know, but I don't know. No, it's not over for us, Frank 22. For some of us, we want to talk about things that just came out. And so that's what we're here for. But I welcome anyone that thinks it's over to exit state left. It's okay if you don't want to discuss anymore. I actually was like going away, but then so many people said we need to talk about this a little bit more. So that's what we're doing right now, is talking about it a little bit more. But those that don't want to, they don't have to. Kpro, thoughts on the photo on Facebook of the square hole and the chest that would fit in it? It was posted before the find. William, I saw that because I got a call from one of my favorite searchers, Decall, asking about what my thoughts were on that, and I had not seen it. I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything right now. I think it's super interesting, but so let me go back to, I don't remember who just posted about the um, doubting of, I think it was Zozo, of the pictures don't definitively show everything. That that almost looks too, I won't say stage, but too much, that it's too perfect. I would like to know a little more. And if you're picking that up, I don't think it would be perfectly square anymore. I think you would have to dig around it. But I think it's super interesting. I want to hear more. Somebody actually, of one of the 20 finders that has told me that they have the treasure chest, one of them actually makes me pause a little bit and think, okay, maybe you are. And I've asked for a little bit more information. And everybody I respond to and say either give me pictures or give me more information. And I'm going back and forth with one person in particular that I think is super interesting. Um, oh, GTC is here. Watch out. Cowlazars is in the house, mister. Um, so yeah, there's a lot out there right now. Yeah, and I will say I did get an anonymous note that did say, and I told Mike to watch for the frog in the mail because he did tell me he has put the frog into the mail. He thought I was at in Vegas, so it's heading to Vegas, and it's for me and it's not for Mike. Thank you to whoever that is. I told Mike to watch the mail. I am not, I would be appreciative, but I don't actually think it's so. But you guys are being super creative, which I think is interesting. What do you think about the Inside Edition story? The reporter says they think Forrest Fenn is faking the ending. Um, so I did watch that. I think that guy is stroking his own ego. He was like, Forrest 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whenever he went out, he gave me an entire week. He was attention seeking. He needed me. And I was the reason that this blew up big time. I was the reason. I was the reason. Now, here's what I think. I think he said I like 92 times. Um, that's just in my opinion. So I think he's trying to make a story for himself. I think you guys know I don't watch TV. I actually don't have a TV anymore. So I don't know who he is enough to know, like, is this where he's trying to make kind of his fame and fortune? Maybe this is how he's gonna kind of step up to the next level. He just doesn't seem to me credible by what he's saying, because they asked him, "Have you talked to Forrest? Do you have any additional information?" He's like, "No, it's just what I think." Oh, okay. So the guy that was really nice to you, that gave you all that time at the beginning, now you're just kind of throwing him under the bus. I would have at least wanted a little bit more. I sat with him and he said this, or like something more than just, this is what I think based on nothing. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Um, okay. The stick didn't look aged or warped, Sam says. That's true. Would it though? So I don't know about the aging of sticks if it's not a part of like a tree. I would think, I don't know. But is that out of the ordinary? This is what I'd be asking one of those, PhDs that need a crutch. I would be asking that person that question exactly. So I don't know. Yeah, some guy, why don't you guys tell me, are you guys going to the shindig in Yellowstone? Say yes if you are, because we're trying to get a ballpark count, because we're trying to get enough items there. We're trying to reserve the right size space and all of that. There's a ton of people who have RSVP'd, and that's what we would like you to do. Okay, make sure to put Kpro. Captain Marvel agrees with me totally. I don't know about what, but I thank you for agreeing with me. Um, I think the Today Show spread it from New Mexico and Colorado. I was in Colorado when it came out. I heard it on the radio first and then the Today Show. Okay. See, now many heard it from Randy Ballou. They heard it in Hemispheres. He kind of, the guy, I think his name is Tony something. Um, he was like, well, it was in some magazine. It was in Hemispheres. Hemispheres is what made it blow up. I know he kind of wants the credit, and if that helps his resume, that's great. He did take the time, so I think it's great. But I just, I don't know if you need to pat your own self on the back consistently at the same time that you're saying and kind of putting down the man that you've just interviewed. That's just my opinion. But if that's what he needs, great. Could the stick just hold the plastic from blowing away? It could be that simple. Um, it could be, but think about, like, if you over the years messaged Forrest, like, I found the treasure chest, and he says, okay, what's the one unknown item? Did you ever think you were going to say a stick or a pair of scissors? Like, I don't know. I think it was brilliant. Um, I don't know. So Josh says, I missed the shindig announcement. So we posted it all over. So Cynthia did a post. This is Cynthia's brainchild. So Cynthia wants to go back to the place that I'm going to wait for her to tell the story of why she picked the location she did. But it's going to be in West Yellowstone. There's going to be a whole weekend of events. She called, and I think it was on there. So Smell the Sunshine is going to be there, and he did the videos. Um, they're kind of co-planning it. She called me and asked me if I would do the contests and kind of all of that. Toby's going to be there. He's going to give a presentation, and Dale is going to give a presentation. I don't think she has put out what the presentation is yet, so I can keep a secret no matter who tries to make me not. And I don't think there are any recordings, so I'm not saying it. Lori, I would like that since the key rusted, a stick would at least have separated the bark somewhat after 10 years. Okay. That treasure chest sure did look really clean though in those pictures. I think that would have taken a while to clean, but maybe there's a process for that. I would love to hear from like a Chris Jones or a Copper Dan or somebody, if that's like how long does it take to clean that? I mean, think about, somebody did a video about if you go off-roading, the mud sticks to your, oh no, I heard it from a searcher privately. The mud like sticks to your car, so there's no way they could get it that clean. I don't know. So Josh, go to Cynthia Meacham's YouTube and you can see the dates and everything. So we'd love to, the more the merrier. This is kind of the farewell. And Forrest is buying a round. If you remember at the last meetup, he bought a round of beer. He's buying a round of drinks. So the more that show up, the more we get a couple bucks from his pocket and we get to celebrate for him. Oh, cool. Off-Road Jaeger says they're going to try to make it. I think maybe F put the stick in there because it's the one thing no one could make a fake of and try to fool F. Maybe, maybe. Um, Why do you believe there's a guy back east? Maybe there was a time limit on the chase and Forrest ended it in 10 years. Key at this point, I think you had to make a leap of faith to even be in this hunt. So I had to take a leap of faith and believe him. I'm not a total believer until I see some more proof. And some people are like, you're doubting Forrest Fenn. Yes, I am doubting Forrest Fenn. I am my own person. I don't believe he's a god. Some people are like, you headed the cult and you were such a support. No, there's times that I doubt him. There's times that him and I have had some pushback. Um, oh, Tony Rusi. Yes, we need to do a poker tournament. They actually have a poker game. I need to check on it. We played a ton of poker up there. It's legal in this one bar and a bunch of us. Um, why would he have scissors from his birth? Now, do we know the scissors are from his birth, you guys? I would like to know that because that would be why he says he was umbilically connected to it, right? So I don't know, but I have only heard there's scissors. I don't know what kind of scissors or any other details. If you guys have details, I don't. This is why we need to be doing this. That would be awesome to know. The scissors were from his. Okay, I just read that one. Okay. Is everyone staying downtown? Holy, I think everybody's staying a little bit different places. I am actually trying to get a really cheap trailer from a friend of mine. I'm going to borrow it and we may drive cross country and take our whole little gang, which I think would be so awesome. So I think some people are staying in the campgrounds. Some people are staying in town. I've stayed at the Dude. I have stayed I've stayed 3 different places. I stayed at the Holiday Inn. That's one of the nicest hotels. Could have been the scissors were his mother's. That's interesting. Um, huh, I haven't heard. Yeah. So here's what we want to know. So I believe, here's what I think. Forrest said early on that step one was he was going to put out the state and then eventually the solve. I think right now he is on lockdown because of the people that are suing and some of the shenanigans that are happening. Let's just leave it at that. I still believe that's the plan because I haven't heard differently. And I talked to Forrest on day one and a couple times since then. Um, not talked to him, but gone back and forth. I believe he still is going to have information out to us. We're only on day, 14 at this point. We're not even in the first 30-day window. I think the next thing to come out is the search state. That's just my opinion because he put that out originally. I think he has a plan. He might get some roadblocks, but I think he's working around them. My opinion only. And then I think we're going to get some more. If we don't get the solve, because that is up to the finder, I said this in Shannon's chat. Forrest said, ooh, Jack, want to make another bet? I'll bet you this bad boy back or double or nothing. I'll bet you dollars to donuts, no solve, no state will ever come out. Now, I'm going to kind of agree with you. Forrest has said no solve unless the finder wants it. That's going to be up to the finder. But he did not say, Forrest, that I know of, and you guys help me. Okay. You guys help me if there is something out there that says differently. He has never said it's up to the finder about hints, about why the stick, about why the scissors, about hints in TTOTC. Why did he say certain things in certain interviews? Was there a 200 footer? What was the key word? He didn't say anything about that. No, Jack, let's keep it friendly. I want another one of these because these are better than $100 bills. I don't mind the $100 bill, but I would rather the $2 bill because I just love the $2 bill. It's a family thing that we do. You're like family, Jack. You're the crazy uncle that thinks he's the lead searcher. um, um, I would love to know where. Yeah, okay, yes, we have lots of crazies everywhere, but so I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so Forrest has said it's up to the finder about um, the location and the solve, but he has not said about the final location and the solve, but he's not said about everything else. But Jack, we need to put a date on this. I mean, and you're already 0 for 1. Just reminding you. I don't know if you can see this. Um, so I believe Forrest is able to put out and not go against what he said. He is able to put out, oh, crazy brother. I like that even better. Jack, yes, you're crazy brother. And that you're that you're okay with that makes it even funnier. Um, so yeah, the where and the who is up to the finder, but everything else I think is up to Forrest. And I personally believe he's going to be putting some of that information out, at least the state, because he said so. And then I think some other things. That's just my opinion. Because it gives away the finder. So Godelkin, if he says it was found in Colorado, how does that give away the finder? If he says um, the in TTOTC, if you go to page 15 or page 99, this was one of the clues. If he says things like that, um, um, you guys are emailing me. I cannot get to emails and texts and all of that right now because I usually can. If I'm on with Mike, I'll let him talk and I can't manage it all right now. It's too much. So I hope you appreciate it. I'm here. I'm a part of things. I'm trying to keep it going, but I am a little off when it comes to these. I usually don't do any of this. So I think he has the ability and I think he will be putting out all of or additional things to us. I don't think he's gone forever. I think he's dealing with a few things right now. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Fenn 2.0 announced on Labor Day. Tony Rusi, in my opinion, there is a part of and it's an educated opinion because I actually heard him say this. I asked him the question, would you, if you were to do this treasure hunt over again, would you? And his answer was no. And it wasn't even a question. It was no. And he went through a lot of the reasons why. I don't, I think the search community knows about the people that have made um, headlines. I don't think you all realize how much it is day to day for maybe I think the first year or two was fun, but it got really bad probably 2 years ago. Even just the drama between all the stuff that happened last year, that wears because he got so many emails and some people were so bringing him into it that I think it just wore him down. Let alone the actual issues of death threats and this and that. So anyway, I do not believe there is going to be another treasure hunt by Forrest Fenn. There is what I will absolutely bet money on. I could bet a lot of money on that. I just don't think it's going to happen. My opinion, though. Has anyone wondered why the grass grows so high over a French soldier's grave? No, but that's just me. Maybe that's a secret message. I don't know. I know I'm worn down. Yeah, Captain, and especially the last 10 days. Wow, it's been a process. This is yeah, it's been a process. Um, so what do you guys want to talk about? Is there anything else? I wanted to come on and I've been on a little while, but I just wanted to come on and give the little bit of information. I'm going to try for the next few weeks to go on a couple times a week. Outside of Monday, Thursday is going to be these new hunts. Um, but I will say I am going to be going on for Forrest Fenn a couple nights a week, or I'm going to try to at least a couple nights a week. So tonight, and outside of Monday, Thursday, Wednesday is AGK. Those nights are kind of off, but others I'm going to try to come on and just give some updates and thoughts and those sorts of things. But why the stick? That's one. The scissors I kind of get, but why the stick? I love the idea of just maybe it was so kind of it's the one unknown thing. do we think that Forrest is going to put out now he always said that he owns the copyright of that memoir that's in the or the autobiography that's in the book. Is he going to come out with that now? Is that going to be available soon? I don't know. What was the 10th clue that Forrest said was in the book? Great question. I don't know the answer. Um, are you going to have involvement in Gallows Harbor? Eleanor, I'm going to be talking about that on Thursday, and I will give you the short synopsis. No, I am not. I went out for one of H's hunts today, and I will tell you until something significantly happens, I will not be out on another one. I get to choose the ones that fit me the best. We talk about dating. I've dated the H hunts for a variety of reasons I'll go over on Thursday. It's not going to be a hunt that I am going to I'm not going to continue in the baby hunts, and I'm not going to be a part of the large hunt unless something changes. I always reserve the right to change my mind, but I will go over Thursday why it's just not fitting me at this point. And I'm just one person, but I welcome Bill or house husband to come on and we can discuss different opinions on that and if they are going to continue on or not. But I will not be continuing with Theodosia or the big ones that are coming up. That stick was in too good a condition to have been in the chest 10 years. Look at what it did to the key. But Rusty, I think that's because, well, I don't know. And that's what I want to know more from like an expert. Does a does a stick um, deteriorate in 10 years? Or it's a stick, so it doesn't rust, obviously. I don't know. The jar with the autobiography looked pristine and untouched. If so, how could someone resist reading it? I don't I don't know if it was untouched. It sure was clean. And I would have almost liked to see a few more pictures, which it, we don't know if we're going to be getting more of those pictures of maybe the cleaning process. It obvious was it was cleaned. I would love to know how long did that take and what did that look like and how everything looks so shiny and awesome and there were some items missing though on that table from the original one. So, but I wonder. This is part of me wonders if they specifically didn't photograph those or put them out in the photos because that's what the finder is going to be putting on the TV book deal, all of that, those pictures that are out. So I don't know. Those I have the same thoughts, but I'm not educated enough about the wear of the stick, the wear of the but did they not jump into it? I mean, I'm thinking you have to, but I don't know. Would love to hear from those guys. Holy witch guys. Um, I missed something. So there's some guys. Um, and I want to hear from them too if Holy wants to hear from them. Oh, those guys, like maybe somebody educated and then I'm going to reach out to a few people in my profession that are experts in that field. I'd also like to try to find someone, but I would need to find somebody in the Rockies that could go over what kind of pine cones were those, what kind of needles were those, what kind of, and can we rule out any search state, kind of like when he slipped about pinon nuts or pinon trees. Could we do that same thing? I don't know. So let's try it. I'll reach out to some people and see if we can get anything. Wouldn't that be cool? Um, the stick would have had to have soil or other uh, biodegradable around it to compost or change. Yeah, so I think that means it looks like it should have looked, but I don't know. With the stick in the Ziploc bag, no, was the stick in the Ziploc bag? No, it wasn't. The finder pulled it out and curiously wondered why it was in a Ziploc bag. It could have been in a Ziploc bag. I felt like that's how he found it, but Forrest also didn't say so. So that doesn't mean it could be a wrong assumption. I made a wrong assumption yesterday. I got a little upset at Mike over something and I assumed wrong. So that's when you say, sorry, I assumed wrong. So I'm sorry. So maybe we're assuming wrong with those pictures and we're assuming that Forrest said some, like he always says, people assume wrong and he just lets them keep on going. Let's see. Oop, oop. Okay. I'm drinking every time Kpro says Holly. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to do that too then, I guess. He can pick up a twig. Okay. Okay. Gold coins are graded in numerical condition. I know that that's true. Cleanliness plays a factor. Coins found in a shipwreck are cleaned of the centuries of sediment attached before sold. Yeah. So did they do it that quickly though? Are there some beforehand? I'm assuming there's some beforehand. I would love to see those. So, but think about this. We're on day 14. By day 10, we got some pretty good pictures. That said to me, oh, before those pictures, I wasn't 100% sure or sure enough in my mind to say this. We knew the hunt was over, but we didn't know if it had been retrieved. That is enough for me to say it is retrieved, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion. Okay, guys, let's play nice. I see, guys, Holly is so great because she is in many chat rooms moderating. And my goodness, she has been on overtime lately because there's just been lots of shenanigans in these rooms. Let's be extra nice to mods tonight because Holly, I think you're it. Me and you are it, and you are doing so much better than me because I'm playing triple duty. So um, all the jewels and things other than gold were in neither picture, but that could been because of the baggies. Yes, Larry, and the reason that I think that is we can tell one of the baggies had the bracelet in it. Even though that's gold too, I feel like some of the stuff was underneath. But remember that picture, and I always ask Mike to bring it up. Hey, Mike, can you bring this up? Of the one that had all the items in it, and it was like up to the brim of that treasure chest. I feel like that treasure chest picture wasn't filled to the brim. So I almost feel like they took part of it out. But I might be wrong. Don't assume. Um, okay. So I wrote a poem containing 9 clues. In the book, Forrest Fenn does not actually say it is in the poem beneath. Just some dopey thing I thought about. Okay. I don't know what that means exactly, but okay. Um, what's on the end of the stick? It looks like a metal eyelet with a little rust on it. It's interesting you asked that, JT, because I thought it looked like a snake's head. But if you zoom in, it's actually 2 coins, and the head of it, it just looks like a knot to me after really, really looking at it. But that is just my opinion. Um, what was Oh, I just read that. Really, nobody finding it suspicious that it was found almost 10 years to the day from the postmark. Do you really think that's a coincidence? I don't know, is the answer. I do find it suspicious. And once you start having all these coincidences all put together, oh my gosh, you start going, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, yes. And please go and thumbs up, and super chat is on like Matthew has just done. Do you think that if the correct solve were pieced together by the community now, would it be easily recognizable as correct relative to all the incorrect ones without Forrest saying so? Matthew, absolutely. I have an opinion, and it's no. We can't reach a consensus right now on which state, etc. If we had, and I think Dave Calvi, shout out to Dave Calvi, is going to have a show where he brings on people and they're going to go through their solves. I think everybody is still married to their own solve. And if they like a solve, it's going to be one relatively close to theirs. So thank you. And I don't have a soundboard. Yay. Thank you for the super chat. That's most appreciated. I don't think if the correct, somebody said to me, the guy that was on our show last time that wanted to go over a solve and I cut him short, they're like, he could have been the guy. He sounded so smart. There's lots of people that have some really clever things that they've shared with me. But there's lots of clever things. We won't know until Forrest says it so. Okay. Do you have any knowledge as to whether Forrest bought the treasure back from the finder or accepted it back as a gift and gifted money to the finder. Must listen good. I do not have that information. So I have no data or knowledge. Gosh, that might be why everything's on hold. But and maybe that's why he was analyzing it so much. Wow, what a clever question. Must listen good. I like the question. I use baggies at work so things won't get scratched, Kpro. Yeah, and there that surprised me. Did it surprise you guys to see that many Ziploc bags or bags? The Ziploc was on the bags on the table, but I didn't see any Ziploc in the bags. Somebody was doing a conspiracy theory that it had to be recent because the Ziploc bag was from recent. The one that had Ziploc on it was from the office that he was in. It was not from the location. But I did find it interesting that many plastic bags. I don't know why. And again, I'm just scrolling past Matthew. Thank you for the super chat. You clean a coin, you just ruin. Okay, yeah. Um, so Mark Carner brings up kind of the cleaning process. So it depends how you clean something. So I have a coin collection and I've already been told never clean it. Mine are actually I put them sealed so that I never do touch them once they are cleaned. So there is a process to that. So you can't just like throw them in hydrogen peroxide or whatever. Yeah, you can't do that. Was there dust in the bags? I don't know. Luke Ryder, I do not know these answers. I think they're all clever questions. And that's where, in case Forrest ever does answer, up on Facebook and up on Thor, I have started a posting called if you were to ask Forrest one question, just one, what would it be? And it was if it wasn't the solve. I'd love you guys to. So many different questions are coming up there. I think he did a Finn clarifies for a long time. I don't know if he ever will even look at it, but I think it would be fun just to leave your last question there. So if he ever does come back around, those would be the questions maybe he would answer, which I think would be super fun. Um, yeah, nobody wants to listen to anybody solve. I don't. Most of them are insane. Rusty, you and I are on the same page. And I did clarify this on Facebook, I think, or one of the chats. Somebody thought it was so rude that I would not listen to solves. I only do things that I can be one kind because that's what I try to be, nice and kind, but two, that I actually have a passion about. There are some channels that I know we could do much better on from a monetization standpoint, but I love the Forrest Fenn Treasure Hunt. I love, and I'm trying to love some other hunts. I know if you guys came on and started with your solves, I would not one be kind because I'm really short to them right now because I think, why do we even care about this? We'll know in a couple of weeks. Um, but two, I would not be able to give you guys the justice that you need for what you need as closure. So I don't think it would be fair for me to do those shows. I think Dave seems passionate about it, and Dave is, I think, the right level of nice and um, nice, as well as he'll cut to the point and say what needs to be said. So between those two things, I think another channel can do it. I just don't want to be the one. Now, here's the interesting part. If he decides, Forrest decides to put out the search state, how about everyone in those search states? That would be some fun. Let's start digging into that. But right now, that's the reason for me. 3D Ziploc bag on table was from the finder's sandwich. 3D, you are hilarious. And I don't know if you guys saw, I gave my rose to AGK, and AGK is putting out a proxy item, and their proxy item is going to be 3D Bronze's chest with a medallion on the top, and then there's a unique item that they're not showing that's inside 3D Bronze's treasure chest. So it's kind of cool. 3D Bronze, you are now going on to your next treasure hunt with your items, which I think is awesome. Um, Needed Ziplocs because he knew it would be wet-ish. Like I think you're saying like the bracelet. I found it very interesting that he said the bracelet was wet because he said it wasn't underwater. So was there condensation? I don't know. Um, yeah. Kpro, it would be much easier to cash a check from Forrest and it would be instant gratification rather than trying to sell the box full of gold. However long it would take seems legit to me. It's kind of interesting because, Josh, I'm going to give you a tiny little example. When we bought all those maps, We there were 900 of the maps, and we sold maybe, I don't know, 100, 200, probably 300 of them. I don't know, a few hundred. Mike would know the number. And then a guy contacted us, and it was like at a very, very big discount. He said, I want all the rest of them. And I think you're in here, so I'm not calling you out, but he wanted all the rest of them. And Mike and I had already made a profit. And so we knew that this would be all profit. And we said, this way, we're done. We've made the profit that we wanted to off of them, and we're done. So I agree with you that that absolutely can be the case, that that person did that. But if you just, let's say you've been searching for like, let's say a few years, at least since 2018, and then you finally made it to finding it, and Forrest on day two said, I'll give you 3 million bucks for it. Would you sell it that quick? I would at least want to like know my options, get it appraised and all that. So as I'm thinking about whoever asked earlier, do you think Forrest bought it back? I'm going to go towards no. Maybe they're negotiating that right now, but I don't think the finder would you, if you just found it and you've had it 2 days and you went and let's say you drove from up north, which is where I thought it was, it took 2 days to get down to Forest. And that was a picture from either Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then he wants it back immediately. I'd be holding off. Sorry, Forrest. That's what I'd say. Okay. Forrest said a few years back the only thing in the Ziploc was the dragon bracelet because the hinges was steel. William, I've never heard that. Do you know where he said that, William? Like what interview? I'd like to go back because there was lots of things in that in Ziplocs. Okay, there's 3D bronzes. Super chat and thank you. Yay, super chat. I appreciate it. I don't have the soundboard. Sorry if I missed it, but was there a serious analysis of the pine cones? Must listen good? No, because I do not believe that anyone here, unless I'm wrong, has that knowledge. So I would like to try to get somebody. I'm going to reach out to a few people that I know that might know someone that might know someone that can actually do that analysis. Does that narrow it down to an area, that sort of thing? I just don't know. Get Forrest to tell us where Home of Brown is. That would get us close. Yeah, and I think that's going to be up to the finder personally. That's just my personal opinion. Forrest Fenn loves attention. If you think this is over, I have a bridge to sell you. Yeah, but I don't think he wants attention of the crazy birds, the people that break into his house. The I don't know. Um, all my emotions need a Ziploc pen. Hi, Angeline. Yeah, I've been really through like the gauntlet. It was interesting because I was kind of excited when I saw the pictures. Um, and Forrest, Mike was the opposite. Mike was like, "Oh, it's over," and I was like, "Yeah, well, we know it's been over," but he's like, "No, this." So that is when it kind of it was a revelation to him, which I thought was interesting. Um, yeah, Forrest Fenn did say, Cheryl said, wait 30 days, and it hasn't even been the 30 days. So I think if you look back, even though we've been really anxious, day one, he told us, and that was like at the first moment. Then by day, I don't know, 8, 10, I think it was, he put out pictures and he put out some details and had interviews since then. So he's been actually working pretty quickly, in my opinion. Um, that is my opinion only. I wonder what had happened to the items. Amy asked this. Amy Seeks. Click on hers for YouTube. I wonder what happened to the items that Forrest had removed, gems and such. More of a Goonie style treasure hunt. Yeah. Here's oh, I don't have it right out. I was gonna show you the items that Forrest had given me each time I went to his house. He gave me something a little different, and I just found I knew I'd packed them away, and I've been redoing. The command center is down right now, and so I actually found them in the command center, and it kind of brought a tear to my eye. It's like, oh, this is over. So anyway, okay. Anything else for tonight? And thank you for the 150 of my close friends. You guys are search friends, search family forever. So yeah, it feels like it's been forever since the announcement. That's exactly right, Angela. And I don't know about 32,000 years, but close. I don't know. It's like I tried the new hunt today to jump back into it and got to sit with search peeps, and thank you to Bill and Carter. It was super fun just to sit and kind of chit chat with searchers. That was awesome. But I hate to say, I'm going to be dating a while, I think. I don't know. But the good news is we have the Vegas hunt coming up. I'm hoping I can jump into it like the Fenn hunt. But someone said to me, I'm a Fenn treasure hunter. I'm not a treasure hunter. And there's something to be said for that. Hi, Sam. Sam, searcher Sam. So nothing is really ever over. That is true. It is just going to evolve. And I did say this, even though I won't say a lot um, about this site, but the site that I started on was a forum that right now I would not want to promote. Um, but when it kind of crashed and burned and all of us had to leave there and I started Thor's okay, but it wasn't that time for me. And William is probably in here. William was there back in the day. This was like in 2015, 16. It was just such a fun site. We had like it was one big group and then we splintered to three different groups, or really two different groups, and then the one site kept going but it only had a few people there, and it was like, oh, it just wasn't the same. So this inflection point, as Toby would say, is going to change the community that we have and as we know it. We already see that. We see that the YouTubes have um, almost all stopped. There's some discussion, but Dale's site, if you guys did not know, Dale announced today that the only comments that he's going to allow to continue is the chest is over. I think it's either on 8 or 9. Um, and then he's going to gradually just shut it down. So Dal Neitzel's site is eventually going to be archived and gone. So, and he announced that today, and it's like, oh boy, I didn't go there very often. I went there I was on his subscription list, so that was, I would go there when I got something new, and it was like, aw, aw. AGK is a love song. Okay, I'm hoping that the AGK hunt is as great as I talked with Toby. I didn't talk to him today. I talked to him yesterday before he went in hiding for the week. And they're gonna make it kind of shorter, like the Forrest Fenn book. That was a pretty easy read for me. I think I did it in one sitting. So I'm excited about that. I just think they're gonna do it really well. That's just my opinion. And I'm ready. I'm ready to jump in. So I'm hoping that they're hoping to have it done hopefully by the end of next week. They'll still have to do editing and stuff, but I'm going to send a picture of the chest with pine needles and cone to my uncle. He's a logger, and see what he says. Ooh, Lisa, let me know. And if you want to send it to me, yeah. Um, Dale's not leaving us. So what the heck is everyone's problem? Jack, I do think it's interesting how quickly, and even we kind of signed off. We couldn't do daily shows, but we'll still do a show maybe once, twice a week and just talk out what we're talking about right now. Who has a new search partner for the next? Holy, I did. Today was Bill, and today was Carter, house husbands for this solve. I will have Mike for the Vegas die. AGK, I'm assuming it's going to be Mike, but I'm kind of open because I don't know if he's going to dive in. Like, even though we would probably split or have fun with like Beacon Star, I'm not like really his partner. I go into a few of the chats and see how they're doing, but I'm not into all that. So I don't consider myself. So I don't know. I think I'm taking one for. I'm I'm open to a new search partner for the AGK hunt. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. Uh-oh. I see what you guys are doing. Oh, you guys, I have lots of messages. This is usually what happens and I'm ready for later. I'm just not ready for right now. I haven't been able to jump into all the emails and things. So that'll leave me some stuff to do tonight. Yeah, group hug is needed. Jack, I agree. Oh, okay. Okay, I will actually look at that. I thought it was shenanigans. Um, but that's the site that you're quoting? I'm gonna have to look at this. So if it came from Dale, I agree, but where you posted that from, William, and the people that are on there on that particular thread, I'm gonna have to look at it afterwards. Because I quite honestly, any site that is the hate site right now, I'm not gonna believe it unless I actually look at it. There's still some good archives, and that might be what that is. But there's too much misinformation coming out from that particular site. So I need to look at it. I need to investigate it, William. Okay, so thank you guys for coming on. It's almost 11, so I'm gonna head out, but I wanted to say thank you. Thanks to the community. I'm gonna still be coming on maybe at least once a week, maybe twice a week, and just checking in with you guys, seeing how you're doing. What information do we have out? What do we need to know about? So I'm not going to be going over the negative though and all the nasty stuff. I can't remember where the original was. Yeah, William, I'll look at that though and I'll report it on the next one. But again, I want to check my sources at this point. Um, okay. Thank you guys. You guys have been wonderful. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for thumbs it up if you want a thumbs up. This was just kind of a fun, informal night. Uh, yeah, you guys are fine. Tomorrow, go hug your dad, go hug grandpas, go hug all the real men in the world. And everybody go and look at I did do with the kids, we did a new song and a new video for Mike for Father's Day. And so thank you to Mike. You're a really great dad, and tomorrow is the day we get to celebrate that. So you guys have a great night. I'm going to try to figure out how to turn this off. I have no idea how to though, so it might take me a little bit and stop live streaming. So this should be easy to do. Good night, guys.